And I have such great memories of coming to La Paloma, grabbing barbacoa right on the weekends. It's been a traditional great place for a long time. Hey everyone, we are here at La Paloma Taqueria in Edinburg. Great place. If you haven't tried it out, you really are missing out and need to come by. But I'm here with the owners, having the opportunity to chat with you all. Really appreciate your time and allowing us to invade the restaurant for a morning.
I'm Rachel Hernandez.
Thank you.
Yeah, Gil Hernandez Jr.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we're partners on for La Paloma. Our father, Gil R. Hernandez Sr., was a native of Edinburg, class of '63, Bobcats.
Wow,
So
awesome.
He started up at La Paloma in 2008. Yeah,
Right.
And carried the tradition on of La Paloma. He's also had a couple other businesses here in the Edinburg, city of Edinburg, with commercial real estate, commercial plazas. But his heart and soul was with La Paloma.
Awesome. Yeah, no, and this is such a great location right here in the
Yes.
downtown area, right? And I have such great memories of coming to La Paloma, grabbing barbacoa right on the weekends. It's been a traditional great place for a long time.
Yes, and that's what we're trying to keep it going. And there was a previous owner, and then we were able to get it the property, and we were able to find the original cooks.
Really?
So that
wow.
that makes a big difference.
I'm sure
And
it
they did a
does.
lot. They taught us a lot. Definitely.
How'd you find them?
Just word of mouth, really.
They came
Yeah.
to our father. They came to our father and asked if he was going to open up La Paloma again when he took over the building. He thought about it. He's never been in the restaurant business.
We hadn't either.
He was always an entrepreneur, had auto parts when he lived in Houston and real estate. And he thought about it and consulted with Rachel and Greg. And Rachel was living in Houston at the time. And they decided to open. And Rachel came down, moved from Houston to Edinburg.
Really?
Right.
Do you know what was it that made him decide that he wanted to get into the restaurant business and specifically here at La
I think
Paloma?
he just found it as a good investment. The building and the banker at the time, she really encouraged him and told him that if you get the original cooks, that you will be successful. Yes, and also as an investment in the property and having the place next door also.
That's great.
Yes, that's how it came about. And
And what made you decide to move down here, right, to help out with it?
I came to help my dad. I mean, I was helping him. I started coming back and forth from Houston like every 2 weeks. I was a teacher, and the last year I was substituting so I could come and help him.
I see.
And he developed another plaza, and I was at his car lot while he was doing that. So that's how it all started.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an entrepreneur myself. I have a law firm that I started in January 2018. So I know all of the ups and downs that business owners go through. What was it like kind of in the early going?
We had people waiting to come in. I was very nervous, butterflies. My dad was like, we'll be fine, and he was eager, ready.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's awesome.
So that gave me, the ánimo to go on and try it out. And
Because you need a lot of ánimo when you're an entrepreneur, for sure.
And then when we did the one on Monte Cristo, then I even got more because we built it from the ground up. But the timing I don't think was right because of the development. There was not a lot of development yet, but now it's
Yeah.
a lot of it's
now
going
it's
north.
blowing up on the north side of Edinburg, right? That is
The north
true.
side. Mm-hmm.
And how did you end up getting involved?
Yeah, just with the family, with my father, kind of learning business with him. Not only La Paloma, but some of the other commercial real estate that he had. So just came down and walked around with him and learned from him and my siblings as well, and kind of learned the contacts in the city and especially the Rio Grande Valley in itself. So yeah, exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think his enthusiasm about business is something that has rubbed off on us.
Yeah.
Because we watched him do it all his life, no matter what
Makes
it was.
sense.
Auto parts, he was a janitor at U of H when I was a baby.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. So
Going from that to being a business owner of multi-businesses.
in Houston, and then coming back to his hometown, and we would always come for Christmas, Thanksgiving, see the grandmothers, the cousins,
For sure.
So we're pretty familiar, even more so now. 18 years later for me.
Yeah, he was very proud to be from Edinburg. Always, even when he lived in Houston for 20 odd years, I mean, he told everybody about the Rio Grande Valley, and he'd always come back. So, when he made the transition to move down to Edinburg, I mean, he felt at home and was happy.
That's something that I find to be true kind of across the board. People from Edinburg are very proud of the city. And I know people are proud of being from the valley, right, in general, but there's just something about Edinburg that I feel like people have a very strong connection to the city, right? So I was born and raised here. And same thing, I left college, I worked in Houston for a couple of years as a lawyer, but Edinburgh's really the only place for me that's ever felt like home. And so I always knew that I wanted to come back. Do you all feel like Edinburgh's on the right path? What do you all have in mind, right, for the future?
I feel that there is a lot of development. I feel like it's really growing, and with things that are happening with the citrus opening, I think is excellent. I think it's kind of catching up with other big cities on some of those points of development, and also try to restore the old.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think for me, I have a family, 18-year-old, 14-year-old, 11-year-old. They're always doing something, right? You got to take them.
You're busy.
And what I see from Edinburgh on social media, it's like you said, every weekend there's something going on. A 5K, a bike ride, a duathlon, a UFO festival, a Frida festival. So I think everything that Edinburgh, that the city, the council, the EDC all promotes, I mean, very family oriented. Every weekend there's something going on. And also with the EDC, y'all are pushing business, small business. Come to Edinburgh, invest in Edinburgh, start a business in Edinburgh. So I see it's on a path forward, to be a real strong point here in the Rio Grande Valley.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's just a lot of potential, a lot of opportunity for Edinburgh. You're right, it's growing. It's the fastest growing city in the valley. We have 108,000 people now. But you're right, I think there's a lot that can be done to make investments for the future, and make sure that the city continues on this pathway, right, of moving forward.
Right.
What are some ideas? I know, after election, if you become mayor, hopefully we get
absolutely. We're working hard to make that happen. Yeah, so for me, I would love to bring the sense of business to the city, running the city like a business, right? Having the business experience that I do. I was a CPA right before I was a lawyer. Making smart investments that are going to create more growth and job opportunities for the city is a big part, right? I think of what the city government needs to do. But it's very important for me that we can't do it on the backs of the taxpayers. We can't grow the city by raising taxes. We have to be able to partner with other entities, the county, the state, the federal government, private partnerships, right? To be able to spur that investment. Me particularly, we're talking about the citrus and downtown Edinburgh. I would love to see this area of town become a haven, right, for arts and culture and restaurants and entertainment districts. And I think we can. With some smart investments to fix the drainage in downtown Edinburgh, because that has been a problem for many years.
Right.
I think we can get there, right? And we can make the downtown area a place of pride for our city.
Nice. And then with the new courthouse opening up.
That's right.
That just opened up, a month ago?
Yeah.
I mean, what are some ideas to bring people down to the center?
Yeah, that's a great question. So in addition to drainage, another big issue is parking, right, for downtown Edinburgh. So I would love to see some creative solutions here in downtown, where cities are already working on a parking garage, but there'll be other kind of parking needs, right, that'll be there for downtown. And the courthouse just brings so many people during the day. If we don't have things in this area to keep them, to stay for dinner, right, to hang out, then they all leave, right? And the city loses all of that potential economic development. So I think, turning the downtown into a district that has, entertainment and arts and restaurants is good for the future of Edinburgh. And that's something that I would definitely like to bring.
What are some of the plans that you have for the EDC? Once elected mayor, you're going to be working hand in hand with the EDC?
Absolutely, yeah. So the city and the EDC work very closely together. In fact, I was the city attorney, right, for the city of Edinburg for almost 6 years. And in that capacity, I was also the EDC lawyer, right? So I'm very familiar with the details of both the EDC and the city. And the EDC has had some really great programs. They had a program to help businesses in the downtown area with their facades to do those types of improvements. And I think that program has been very successful, and I would like to see that continued to make sure that the businesses here in downtown Edinburg have that additional resource to beautify their facades, to improve their parking lots, making sure that those businesses have that support right from the city and from the EDC.
It's very helpful. I mean, even, when we got it for last year for the Paloma, we went beyond the grant.
Exactly.
But it just, things that needed to be done, because the building is at least 50 years
Needs
old.
some TLC. A lot of these buildings around here do, but we can do it, right? And with the city and the EDC working together with business owners like you that care, right, and want to see improvement and growth, I think a lot can be done.
Right, yeah, and I found that flip program with the EDC on social media.
That's
I was scrolling, I was like, look at this. And I told the partners, my sister and my brother about it, and put my college skills, put a PowerPoint together. Went to college.
Well, it worked.
It worked. So, yeah, we're very thankful for the EDC and the City Council for helping us out. We actually helped out with the new roof here at La Paloma.
That's great.
Yeah, so.
I'm glad to hear that. But those are the kinds of things, right, that I think the city and the EDC can do to help, businesses here in the downtown area by providing that assistance.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, y'all are going to have a big boom this fall with UTRGV.
That's right.
How excited are you with that?
Oh man, it's been a long time coming. I'll tell you what though, the city of Edinburg has so many resources, right? The UTRGV and everything that brings does a lot for the city currently and going into the future. It's a big economic engine, from education, from the medical school, right, from all the things that it does. But having D1 football now being played in Edinburg is very special, right? It's not something that was easy, right? It's been a long time coming, right, to get to this point. But I think it's going to be very exciting. I'm happy to see that the city is rallying around UTRGV. We saw the baseball season, right, this past year was incredibly successful. And the residents and fans of UTRGV really came out for those games. I think you're going to see the same level of excitement, if not more, for the football team.
Nice.
And so I think it's incumbent on the city and on city leaders to make sure that we harness that energy, right? That brings people together and does a lot more events and promotions, right? So that it's a program that we can all be proud of moving forward.
For sure. So, they're playing, UTRGV is playing, some big time schools are coming down to the Rio Grande Valley.
That's right, yeah.
You got Houston Christian, Lamar.
Exactly.
So you're going to have outsiders coming in. What you say after the football game on Saturday night? What can we do to keep those visitors keep here in Edinburg? Go eat at a small business in Edinburg.
Absolutely.
Instead of going to another part.
100%. I think it's going to be able to spur a lot of restaurants and entertainment venues in that area, but also be able to promote an entertainment district in general. And then we've got great hotels in the city of Edinburg, but I think this will spur even more hotels because people who travel down for these games or who come from out of town, we want them to stay. We want them to stay in Edinburg, eat in Edinburg and enjoy all the things that Edinburg has, because you're right. The probability is that when they come for a game, they're also going to be able to go to the Frida Fest, or the UFO Festival, or something cool, right, that's going on. So there's a lot to enjoy in the city, and I think you're right that there's going to be a big boost for the city, people coming in and being able to see it for themselves.
And you mentioned parking garage?
Yes.
Where are they going to put the parking garage?
Great question. Yeah. So this is actually a project that the city is doing in conjunction with the county, but it's the parking lot that's currently next to the Creamery building in downtown, right? And it's the Juror parking lot. And so, the idea is that the city is going to build a multi-level parking garage to allow for more parking spaces, right, in the downtown Edinburg.
Good,
So that'll be a good project, right?
Right.
It'll be good for the local businesses. It'll be good for the courthouse, because parking is an issue in downtown Edinburg. I think we will need more activity besides just that parking garage. Other creative solutions, I think, to be able to facilitate bringing the level of people that we want in downtown Edinburg. But those are all projects that I would be very excited to move forward with if I had the opportunity to get in as mayor.
There you go.
Good. Yes. That would be great. And also, I know another parking issue is probably at the school. Because I remember when I went to school at University of Houston, I'm like, why don't they build a parking garage? And I've heard from some of the students that are related, it's like hard to park.
I know. I remember. Yes. I got one too many tickets when I was in college for parking in places I wasn't supposed to. But you're right. Yeah.
So that might
parking's always going to be a challenge, right? In dense areas. But I think there are creative solutions to these things, and especially when you have partnerships, right? When the city is not going alone and talking to UTRGV and to UT System to see what resources can be brought, right, to facilitate potentially a parking garage at UTRGV, or the city's, like I said, working with the county, right, to facilitate a parking garage in downtown Edinburg. I think there's a lot of different things that city leaders can do. So again, that we're not going alone for these very necessary projects.
Sure. Yes, finding help even from the government if possible, from all the grants and things like that. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
And I guess another thing with small business owners is property taxes that are coming down. I know there was laws passed with the latest legislation in Austin. I mean, how does that trickle down to Hidalgo County and specifically Edinburg?
Yeah, no, absolutely. So the legislature did pass some property tax provisions. Some of those have to be voted on in constitutional amendments. So, I'm running for mayor, and we're going to be on the ballot in November, but some of these constitutional amendments are going to be on the ballot as well. And assuming those pass, which I have no reason to believe that they won't, there'll be some tax relief, right, for some of the city taxpayers. For me, coming in as mayor, my goal is to keep taxes low, right? Because I think it's very important that people not feel squeezed. But at the same time, cities got services, right, that needs to be provided for a growing city. And how do you balance all of that? That's the challenge. And for me, as a business owner, I know it makes a difference, right? When you have a tax rate that's a couple of cents more or a couple of cents less. And so for me, wanting to look at the city budget, making sure we're providing the services that we are supposed to be providing, but doing it in a way that's fiscally responsible, not spending money for political reasons, not doing it because we want to reward somebody, right? But doing it because it's in the best interests of the citizens. That's always been my mentality, and that's something that I'll be bringing in as mayor.
Cool.
Great.
Awesome.
That sounds good.
Thank you all so much for your time. I've really enjoyed this conversation. And I hope we can continue it, right? This is not the one time only. We've got a couple more months, and I want to keep talking to you all about what it is you want to see here in the city of Edinburg.
Okay.
So thank you all so much for watching this episode. We hope you got a lot out of it. If you have questions, if you want to be interviewed, please send us a message. We'd love to talk to you too.